Hello everyone, welcome back to the Craft of the Draft channel. In this video, we are going to be looking at some of the best forwards in the AFLW Draft crop from Victoria, the COTD Talent League. We've got 6 names that we're going to work through today and give some analysis on each player, what makes them one of the best in their position and what we'll see from them at the next level, what they can provide and what they've done this year. I guess what makes them considered in the AFLW Draft talk. So these are the names we're going to work through: Emma McDonald, Georgie Brisbane, Grace Bellany, Claire Marnie, Kayla Dalgleish, and Georgia Knight. So Jonty, we'll start off with Emma McDonald, who has been one of my favourite forwards to watch since her bottom age year last year and moving into this year. Absolutely terrific marking ability for... I mean, I wouldn't even consider she's like an extremely tall forward. She's certainly got height, but she can outmark players that are either bigger than her or taller than her. So she's always had that contested marking capacity. She hits the scoreboard almost every game. You can rely on her for that. She's good at ground level as well. She's definitely improved that throughout the year, where most of her goals were coming from set shots. She's been able to work well on the ground in open play and hit the scoreboard there. Would you consider her the best tall forward in the draft? In
the Victorian draft conversation, definitely. That's an important caveat. But she's certainly, like you said, it's that marking, and I think her leading patterns as well. She can take contested marks, but she can also get you on the lead because she's got that turn of speed as well, and she's quite mobile, and I just think there's so many different ways that she can burn you. So she's so hard to close down. Georgie Brisbane isn't far behind her. I guess the difference between Emma McDonald and Georgie Brisbane probably comes down to consistency. Emma McDonald has been consistent for 2 seasons for Oakley and for Vic Metro, whereas Georgie Brisbane has stood up at really important times during the AFL Under-18s National Championships for Vic Metro. She kicked a couple of really big bags and showed what she was able to do against the best, and played a couple of really strong games for Eastern, particularly in some important games. But she probably had some quieter periods across the last couple of seasons, and that is probably why you view Emma McDonald as being a little bit better, because when you look at the upside of both players, very similar in terms of what they're able to produce at the next level. While they're different players, their upside is similarly enticing. Emma McDonald is, like you said, more of that contested marking forward that will kick you goals, whereas Georgie Brisbane is also able to get up the ground and has that athleticism about her as well. So, and a leadership component to her as well, which has been really impressive at the Rangers.
Look, I think Georgie Brisbane's had to work a lot harder this year as well. She didn't get into the AFLW Academy, so had to play her games through the young guns and had to produce pretty decent performances given the fact that they were both blowouts, those games against the AFLW Academy. But then built well. I think that first game of the championships against the Allies, she kicks, was it 4 goals, 5 goals? And you see at the peak of her game, she is quite hard to stop. She's a hard person to take down. So I do agree with what you said in terms of those differences, but I think once they're both in a professional environment, I think they'll both kind of have pretty similar output.
Grace Bellany is the next one, the bolter of the 2024 AFLW draft class. She's so dynamic in the front half. Her ball use is absolutely exceptional. She can run and carry. She's good in the contest as well. She's really hard to tackle, and she can hit the scoreboard, and she's not necessarily a deep forward either. She can generally would play off half forward and is able to hit the scoreboard in a variety of different ways. She can kick goals on the run, and she can kick goals from set shots. It's been impressive, and it's been a season of growth for Grace Bellany. At the start of the season, you wouldn't have said she was a top 10 prospect, had a really big pre-season, and it's felt like each month she's shown a different aspect to her skill set, and her consistency has been almost unparalleled across the course of the season. Yeah,
she's certainly just added massive elements to her game that weren't there last year. I think, she was just sitting inside 50 mainly as a marking target, but now she's found a lot more with her running capacity to be able to push up the ground further. So she's been awesome to watch. She's impacted every game really well, and she'll definitely be the bolter of the night, I reckon, given the form she's been in.
Claire Marnie is the next one. She started her season like a house on fire against the Geelong Falcons on Easter Thursday. I remember watching her put on a contested marking clinic at GMHBA Stadium, and she continued that sort of form. She's reasonably good below her knees as well, but she's almost alongside Emma McDonald in terms of that ability to take contested marks and crash packs. It's been really impressive. So I'm keen to see where she lands on AFLW draft night.
Another girl from the country as well. We always talk about these country girls often coming from a little bit back, given not the facilities so much, but I guess the opportunities compared to
the travel,
those type of things that the Metro kids get. Kayla Dalgleish. She's one that comes into this list that definitely has a lot of potential. I think and we discussed this, that her ability as a half forward that can push up and get up the ground, but also go inside 50 and be really damaging. It probably didn't elevate to the next level it needed to this year, but I think you know what you're going to get from her. There's still a lot to build with her. It's whether, is the club going to take that risk on her? She's clinical. That's the way I like to see her game. She knows how to take her opportunities, opens the game up with her running as well. I just like the way she takes on the game. I hope a club does take a chance on her at the next level.
Yeah, for me, the combination of athleticism and competitiveness makes her too good a package to pass up. She can hit the scoreboard. We saw her play a really dominant game, I think, against Gippy earlier in the year, and she can roll through the midfield as well. And she's, like you said, she's clinical when she's through the midfield. You know what you're sort of going to get from her. And when she is up forward, she's quite crafty. She has a really good way around goals, and she's one that uses her athleticism quite well on the field as well. We talk about certain players and they test well at the combine, but you go, did we actually see it on the field? She's one that I think you can definitively say she uses her skills and her tools to the best of her ability. And then the next one to touch on is Georgia Knight, whose goal sense is innate, and she stood up in the biggest game of the year, the Vic Metro versus Vic Country Under-18s National Championships game, where she kicked a bag of 4 goals, and her ability to, kick goals around the corner, her ability to kick goals from traffic, and she also has that, she's so tough to beat one-on-one because she can get it done both at ground level, but she's quite strong as well in the air.
Yeah, the productivity you're going to get out of Georgia is pretty good inside 50. The question is outside of 50, where can you play her? Is she just set to be an inside 50 small forward that I think there's not an issue with it, but it means you need to be consistent. You need to be reliable for a goal or two a game. I don't know if she showed that enough during the season, where it felt like there were patches of really strong games. I feel like she either hits you for 3+ or will struggle to get herself involved in the game. So that would probably be the major question I have over at the next level, if she'll be seen as desirable for that goal sense, she can hit you for 3+, or will clubs say long term that you need a little more versatility to your game?
Yeah, she's one that's going to excite fans if she is taken by a club. She loves a goal celebration. She's got that ability to become a cult hero. So hopefully we do see her on the list, because she'll be enticing to watch.
Well, that wraps it up for this forwards video. Make sure you check out the other videos on our channel where we look through the best defenders, midfielders and specialist players in this draft. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in another video.